Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault, and this is day 33 of our beginning 5K program. You guys are doing fabulous. Let's get moving. All right, day 33, it's a rest day, so you guys can rest your legs. So you have choices, obviously. You can either just rest everything, you can do an upper body resistance training type of program, or you can do a stretch routine, yoga, that kind of stuff, as long as you're not using your legs, because what you want to do is rest those up for tomorrow. So here's Coach Robin.
Hey guys, it is Friday, and that means it's a rest day. And I like to take Fridays to talk to you about some topic. And today I've decided to talk about injury prevention. As we're starting to run more and more and more, I think it's important to talk about this. So great job yesterday getting it done. And let's rest up today. Rest your legs. Again, if you want to do an upper body workout, that's perfectly fine. Or if you want to do yoga or stretching or something like that, that's fine too. But just give your legs a nice break, because we've got a nice, good workout coming up tomorrow. And I'm going to talk to you about injury prevention right now. So some common injuries that runners get, probably the most common one, well, there's probably two really common ones. One is plantar fasciitis, and the other one is shin splints. So I'm going to talk about plantar fasciitis a little bit, and usually you will feel that as a pain on the bottom of your foot, usually back by your heel. Not always, but that's typically where it is, and it's typically worse when you get up in the morning, and then when you get out of bed and it's like ouch, and then you start walking around a little bit, and then it kind of goes away. So what's happening with plantar fasciitis is you're putting a lot of pressure on your arch, and it's collapsing, and the plantar fascia is attached underneath there from the heel to your metatarsals to your toes, the bottom of your toes. And so if you put a lot of pressure on it with your arch and it stretches it out, it can start to get little micro abrasions there, and that's what hurts. So what happens is you go to sleep at night, it tightens up, you get out of bed in the morning and you step on it, and then you just rip it, and that's where the pain comes in. Then you start walking and that pain kind of subsides, and sometimes it doesn't. So be really careful if you start to feel any kind of pain in the bottom of your foot, the back by your heel mostly. I would go first, make sure that you have really good shoes and good inserts. That's very, very important. The inserts are more important than the shoes when it comes to plantar fasciitis. But good shoes are very important too, because of the next common injury is shin splints. And that's a pain that you will feel kind of right here in your shins. And that typically comes from three different things. You can get shin splints if you start running and doing too much too soon, and that's why we don't run too much too soon. We take it really gradual. So there's lots of reasons for why we do the program the way we do it. So it's from doing too much too soon, and that's why I don't like you to do more than I ask you to do. It comes from having old shoes. So the cushion in your shoes is, after about 6 months, the cushion gets compacted. Now you could look at the bottom of your shoe and it looks perfectly fine. Well, what you can't tell is that cushion has gotten compacted, and it can't absorb it can't absorb anymore. And so the shock is taken in your shins and your knees. So I'll talk about knee pain in a minute. So old shoes is the second thing. And the third one is, old shoes, not having the right support, and doing too much too soon. So I think I went over all three, right? So not getting the right support in your arches, doing too much too soon, and having old shoes. Okay, those are 3 common causes of shin splints. And then talking about old shoes, again, I know when my shoes get too old because then I start feeling it in my knees. And again, it's right around 6 months, and that's the hint that I have to go get new shoes. So don't wait until you feel it in your knees. Maybe rotate your shoes every 6 months or so. I don't want you to run through pain. Running through pain is not a good thing. So, muscle fatigue is one thing, that's okay. But if it's a pain that persists, I really think that you should go see a doctor and have them diagnose it. I am not a doctor, and everything I just said is, what I've seen when I own my running store. And I've learned a lot from doctors. I got trained by doctors, but I am not a doctor, so I can't really diagnose anything. So I would recommend that you go see a doctor. Do not run through pain. That is not smart. What that's going to do is if you went to see your doctor and your doctor said don't run for 3 weeks, and you keep running through it and not go see the doctor, then you might be off for 6 weeks or even longer. So just be smart about it, all right? And there was something else I wanted to say about seeing a doctor. Oh, right. When you do go see a doctor, I would look for a doctor. Most of the time it'll be a podiatrist. I would go see a doctor that actually runs themselves, because otherwise a lot of doctors will just say stop running, and a lot of times that might be the right thing, but sometimes there's other things you can do and you don't actually have to stop. So if you see someone that runs themselves, they'll actually understand that and have maybe a little bit more empathy for you. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys are having any aches or pains, again, I'm not a doctor, but if you want to pop it in the comments, I'd be happy to tell you if there's anything I know that I could tell you. There is one last thing I'll say. A lot of runners will do something called the RICE method, and that's rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So, if your shins are hurting, maybe put some rest, obviously. Ice, put some ice packs on it. And when I ice, I put the ice on for 20 minutes, off for 20 minutes, on for 20 minutes, off for 20 minutes. Ice compression would be like compression socks or something like that. And then elevation is obviously elevate whatever is hurting you. So you could try that, but again, if it hurts for too long, I wouldn't wait too long to go see a doctor. So that's what I got for you today. And let's see, tomorrow is Saturday, and that's our bump up day. And we are doing the same type of workout. We're still doing our 1-minute walk, our 4-minute run, but we're bumping that up to 7 times, okay? So that is a 35-minute workout, but we got it. I am not worried at all. I know you guys have it. So take the day off, rest your legs, and I'll see you back out here tomorrow.
All right. You guys are moving right along. Day 33. I mean, tomorrow's 34. You're getting really close to halfway point, which is day 35. So we will see you tomorrow. You guys keep it easy, and we will see you. Have a good one. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and also please subscribe and click on the notification button to get all this great content that's coming up every week. Thank you.